First, I want to thank you all for your continued support and commitment toward Somalia and the case of Somalia. As I have reiterated before, our government owes a debt and gratitude to all the troop and police contributing countries of AMISOM for their bravery and sacrifice. Their commitment to Somalia has been essential to Somalia's progress, and their presence remains critical as Somalia moves into the next chapter of security ownership across the country. I would like to also reiterate that a year ago, many doubted that we would come this far. We were all shaped by previous experiences of political instability and division with the country's top leadership. But as we've demonstrated, my president and I have shown that when you put the interest of the nation first, there are no challenges that are not possible to overcome. Together, we've charted an agenda through 4 distinct roadmaps that we think will bring this nation forward. That is the inclusive politics roadmap, of which we've made major progress on constitutional reform, on political agenda, on electoral model, political parties. All of them seem to be moving towards that right direction. On the security and justice roadmap, which we are here today to discuss, on the economic recovery roadmap that a year and a half ago when we start putting in place, people thought it's too early, wait another year or two, but where we've made also tremendous achievements, and today a discussion on debt relief is within reach. And the social and human development roadmap, of which the government for the first time in many years have started to provide direct services to its people through provision of education and health to our ordinary citizens and creating jobs. We believe putting all these roadmaps together is what will bring about peace and stability in Somalia. We cannot defeat terrorism through military means alone. The development of these roadmaps, therefore, have organized our work better, enhanced accountability and transparency at all levels, particularly in the ministries where momentum has been garnered. Our priorities are now well understood internally, and through the forums like this, we intend on gaining the same level of understanding and commitment by the international community. Now that the Somali people and all those who work for the different relevant government authorities understand our priorities, we also want you to help us shape the same priorities so that we, all of us, have the same priorities so that our results can be achieved easier. On security, through the Security and Justice Roadmap platform, we've made already some major milestones, and some of them were a few years actually unthinkable. We've new now and committed CDF and a young and competent deputy in charge of operations, and they are willing to reform. Through these two, we have conducted shaping operations in line with the transition plan, Badbada 1 and Badbada 2 in the 2 Shabelas, which will also be discussed later today. We developed the stabilization strategy that we used for during the Badbada 2 operation, where the civil-military joint planning was quite evident. We have, together with Hirshabelle, now developed a framework to conducting operations. We've transformed NISA into a civilian-only outfit. This was previously inconceivable. We have transferred responsibility of security of the capital to the Somali police force. The list continues. But critical for us is that accountability today is central to our reform agenda. That's why we are conducting the current payroll reform, and through the CDF conducting reforms within the Somali National Army. At this stage, accountability can't be realized unless proper investment is made in all areas, including the imminent needed infrastructure. It is therefore now time to invest and make a direct contribution toward this infrastructure, toward this properly equipped and prepared handover plan on the security responsibilities that our forces are ready to do. Our commitment is unparalleled. We are serious about what we say, and we intend to achieve that. We put all plans together now, and we need to implement, and time is on the essence. Whether it is biometric registration or right-sizing the force or it is accountability, we are committed. We're committed to continue to pay and sustain those that are working and sacrificing their lives for their nation, with the same realization that we are working to ensure that we're taking from the brave soldiers those that don't subscribe to our reform agenda, which means that those who are paying the ultimate sacrifice are those whom we want to support. Those who are undermining the cause of our people will not be accepted to continue what they've been doing for many, many years. In conclusion, therefore, the government has proper planned, made gains, showed progress, showed commitment, both technically and politically, but there must be an investment now to ensure that for us to realize the plan on making sure that SNA can take over the responsibility in terms of security in this country. And finally, where do we go from here and what are our priorities? I brought our different team today to make sure that they give you a presentation. So when we walk out of here, this room today, we will all have a clear understanding on what are our priorities, what are our plan, what are our commitment, and what support we require from the international community.